Hi, everybody. My name is Marcy Samaniego, and this is my career profile for my Family 150s class. The career that I chose was a drug and alcohol addiction counselor. An example organization in my area would be it's called Rock Solid Recovery in Costa Mesa, California. And they are located at 2900 Bristol Street, and their phone number is 866-574-6590. Career contact would be their executive director, and her name is Celeste Japinko, and she can be reached at that same number as well. The type of working environment is really based on what type of organization you work for. There's plenty of organizations that you can work for, different types, government agencies, there's general and mental health hospitals, there's inpatient care, private clinics, there's homeless shelters, there's halfway houses, even in prisons and correctional facilities. So it just based on what type of organization you work for is based on the type of hours and the environment that you're going to be in. Some facilities are open 24 hours, so there would be a possibility of working late night shifts, early morning shifts. Again, it just kind of depends on the organization that you chose to work for. Some typical stressors would be, again, long hours. A lot of people are on call based on what their patients' needs are, as well as, like I said before, some facilities are open 24 hours, so sometimes it could be working long hours. Also, you need to be a very patient and understanding person to have this type of job. It's very easy to get connected with the patients that you see, and so you have to make sure that you kind of separate yourself from them so you're not so emotionally attached, as there's a lot of relapse in this industry, and so sometimes it can be very disappointing. Some of the benefits would be, I couldn't find actual benefits that are typical in every organization for this job. I think, again, it just depends on what type of organization you work for. Say if you work for a hospital, of course you're going to have the benefits that the hospital brings, but if you work for a smaller organization, then your benefits might be limited. Some of the common job tasks are you would do individual and group counseling. One of the main responsibilities of substance abuse counselors is to conduct an individual as well as group counseling sessions. And during the individual counseling sessions, the counselor helps the patient understand the root cause of their problem. And they also teaches the patient to understand what the factors are that trigger their addiction. On the other hand, you also do group therapy where you're encouraging the people to speak and share their experiences that they've had. You also might be required to do some family therapy to help the family deal with the patient's addiction. You also can help them build a career because they sometimes have a hard time having a stable job. They get fired from their job and things of that because of their addiction. Sometimes it's hard for them to find a job. So you help them locate a job to kind of get back into real life. And also you could do a lot of community service. There are avenues available that you can educate other people about addiction and substance abuse. You can work in schools and colleges and universities to help people understand that addiction. The education requirements, it varies from state to state, but the minimum qualification required for a substance abuse counselor is a bachelor's degree as well as a license to practice as a substance abuse counselor. Let's see. You can also become a counselor by completing a certificate course on drug abuse counseling. Let's see, what else? The salary starting range averages between $29,000 and $53,000 based on your experience and your degree in education. The job growth in counseling sector is expanding at an estimated 27%. So there's a lot of opportunities to be a drug addiction counselor. There's millions of people that suffer from drug and alcohol abuse, and so there will always be a demand for a qualified counselor to help break the chains of their addiction. There's a couple of different sources that I found some great information on. Drugabuse.com. I also went to citytowninfo.com. They had some information, as well as the career profiles. And lastly, counselingcrossing.com was a good resource for me. And I think that's about it. Thanks so much